start video. Oh God. Okay. Hi everybody. My dog just chose to start barking right this minute, of course. I hope that you can see me properly and that you can hear me properly. And please let us know straight away if there's a problem. The mic's not in. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start straight away. Today we're going to do a spinach and ricotta lasagne. I've got all my ingredients over here. And I'd like you to tell me, please, where you're coming from, where you're watching from, and also if you're cooking along with me. This is going to be quite fun because we're going to prepare everything first and then pop it in the oven later when it's finished. So the recipe, of course, will be published after the session, and you'll be able to watch the video again. So without further ado, we're going to start straight away. So to start off, I'm going to be using my food processor, and what I've done here is that I've grouped everything. So I've got my ingredients for my sauce, my ingredients for the spinach and ricotta mixture, and then I've got my ingredients for the bechamel sauce. So we'll do the bechamel, I think number 3. So I'll start with the tomato sauce, which is very, very easy. So what I'll do is I'll just put my tin of tomatoes in the mini bowl. Okay, I'll just drop everything in, just like that. And I chose peeled tomatoes, not those chopped tomatoes, because I just prefer the full tomatoes. So I'm just going to rinse the can so that I don't waste anything. All right, there we are. So the tomatoes in there, and then what I need is a tablespoon of olive oil. I'll put it in there. Tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of oregano leaves. We are just making a quick and easy lasagna today, nothing complicated, very, very simple. And half a teaspoon of dried basil leaves. So I'll just add a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit, and then what I'll do is I will put some Glad wrap on my mini bowl so that nothing splashes in my main bowl that I'm going to be using a little bit straight afterwards. Actually, this is a bit small, so I'll take a bigger piece. And this is a good trick when you have something liquid and saucy in the bowl. But I really don't advise it if you wanted to chop some nuts, for example, or something hard, because those hard little pieces will just pierce the plastic, and that's not a good idea. So be very careful. It has to be liquid. It has to be like at the halfway mark, and then make sure that it's nice and secure. Okay, so off we go. Lid on and auto. And that's enough, of course. Can you see what happened here? So I've got the tomato sauce, but nothing in my main bowl. So I'm just going to put it aside for a little bit later when we put the recipe together. Okay, on to my ricotta mixture. So here we have 500 grams of firm ricotta, which I prepared earlier. Of course, you place your blade. Okay, now I have to pick it up and drop it in the machine. Here it is. Okay, with that we have the garlic, and I prepared the garlic. I like to actually use the garlic press for the garlic. It's quite interesting because today I went to buy the garlic and I thought this was like a little, I mean, like garlic like you usually buy it, but it's actually one clove. So I'm using half of it because it's enormous. So I'm just going to press that in. Before that, I'll just take the germ out of the garlic, which is quite big actually in this instance. Okay, off we go. So just squeeze it in. And again. And today I want lots of questions.
I have a question.
You have a question? What's the question?
Do you need to have a garlic press? Or can you just put the whole garlic in?
You can put the whole garlic in. It's just my preference, you know. But of course you can. You can do whatever you want. You can add some herbs in. You can actually modify the recipe to suit your taste. So I like to press my garlic. Okay, so I've got the garlic. I have the ricotta. 1 egg. Put in 1 egg. 100 grams. No, it's actually 50 grams of parmesan, which I've prepared earlier. So I'll just pop it in because the other 50 grams or 70 grams, whatever you want, will be for putting on the lasagna when it's ready. So we've got, let's see if we've got everything. Parmesan, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, be careful with the salt because parmesan is quite salty. And look what I'm going to do now. See that bowl of spinach? Okay, I'm going to put the whole thing in. Excuse my fingers, but there's no other way to do this.
Wow.
It's quite something, isn't it? So that's a huge bag of spinach. I think it just shows that I like spinach. There we go. So the whole bowl is full and there's no more. Okay, put that aside and now my lid and oops, put it in and off we go. Magic. I love it. Okay, so that's ready. There's 1 or 2 leaves, but I like that, so I'll leave it like that. So, taking this off now, and that's beautiful. You can even taste it at this point to see, you know, whether you want to add more salt or something. So I can taste it. Oh, that's delicious. Okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm putting it on the side for later when I assemble everything. Now we're going to be doing the bechamel. And you'll see how quick this recipe is. It's incredible. So placing my bowl on here, my stainless steel bowl, I'm going to just put all my ingredients in the bowl and it's going to do its own thing, and at the end of this I'll have a bechamel that is quite liquid still, but I want it that way and I'll show you why. Okay, here are my ingredients. So the butter, which was 70 grams of butter in the bowl, flour 2 tablespoons, all-purpose flour is fine, and then my beautiful Magimix jug, and I've got 400 milliliters of whole cream milk, full cream milk, sorry, my English is not good today. Okay, in the bowl it goes, and close it, and I'm going to be choosing the expert mode. I'm on it already, and we're going to be cooking it for 9 minutes. 9 minutes. moving to the temperature which will be 95 degrees. And the speed, I'll move it to 4 and water. So I'm just going to let the machine just make my bechamel for me. So in the meantime, I'd like to answer your questions. And I know that from watching the other videos, I know that some of you wanted to learn how to do sous vide in the machine. So I've tried it. About a week ago, I made sous vide fish in my machine and it was quite successful. Now, I don't have time to demonstrate it in this short time, but I can show you how to do sous vide and then you can just follow your recipe, because sometimes, like especially when it comes to chicken or something, it takes a very long time, between 1 to 4 hours to sous vide some chicken. For me, excuse me, the fish only took me about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it was just perfect. I can't say that it's my favorite thing, but a lot of people like sous vide. Now my next thing is that I'm going to try the chicken, but I'll just show you how to do it in the machine. First thing is that set your machine, turn your machine on to the desired temperature a long time before you're going to be doing the sous vide, because you want your temperature, let's say you're going to 50 degrees, to reach the 50 degrees. And because I wasn't sure, it was my first time, so I put my thermometer in through the little hole there, and then I noticed that it was taking quite a long time to get to my temperature. And so what I did is I upped the temperature so that it would reach the 50 degrees faster. But I monitored it with my thermometer, because with sous vide you just got to be sure that your water's at the set temperature all the time, which is what an induction heating does anyway. But you got to make sure that you're at the right temperature. So I'm just going to show you what I did. So I'm going to take another bowl. And in there, I put a lot of water. Okay, so I'll get the chicken from the fridge. And this just to demonstrate to you. Okay. So basically this is what you have to do. If you don't have one of those machines that, forget the name of them, takes all the air out of the bag, that seals it properly, you can actually immerse your chicken in a Ziploc bag in the water, and doing that it expels all the air. But now here I've got a little bit of water, so but it did the trick. Can you see? It didn't do it properly. There's still some air in there. So what I do is I take a clean cloth and I'll just put my bag in here. I open the corner just a little bit and then I press just like that. I press the plastic right to the end there and then I seal it. And that will have expelled the little bit of air that's in there, and this is what you get. So this is one that I did earlier when I had a lot of time to do it. Alright, and now you're ready to sous vide. Now in there you can put some herbs, a little bit of oil. You can put whatever you want to just
Flavor
it. Somebody else looking for my word. Alright, the next step is you have a lot of water in here. So your water has now reached the right temperature and this is sealed properly. Make sure 100 times that it's sealed. Alright, You pop it in here. And then what I do is I put this divider in here so that the chicken doesn't go, well, it prevents it from bobbing up. And then I just set my temperature, my time, and well, the temperature should be set already, but set the time and just let the machine, you know, do the sous vide cooking. So I hope that explains a little bit. Now with the fish, I had 4 fillets of fish. So what I did, I put 2 fillets in the one packet and 2 in another packet, just to, you know, so that it was, you know, more balanced. I was just to make sure that, you know, there was enough space in between the fish fillets and to cook properly. Any questions on that? Nobody? No. All right. So get your questions going, please. Okay, and questions, you can ask me questions about anything and everything. Vanessa's also there. I'm ready to answer your questions, not just about this recipe, but whatever else that you want to know about the machine, etc. In fact, if you go on our Magimix site, you'll see that we now have one-to-one sessions, FaceTime sessions or Zoom sessions for people who are sitting on the fence thinking, you know, I haven't really seen it, it's been a lockdown, it's been difficult, and they want to see, you know, to have a one-to-one demonstration, discussion before they actually make that decision. Also for the people who've received their machine but who are not too sure how things fit together, what this blade is for, that blade is for. So those sessions are also for the people who are learning about the machine. So don't hesitate, make an appointment, and I'll help you out. Okay, so let's have a look at our bechamel. We've got 2 minutes to go. I can just get rid of that so that you have full vision of the lasagne. So as I said to you, the bechamel will be quite liquid, but you'll see why I want it like that. Otherwise you can cook it for longer if you like it thicker. Any questions? Okay. Also tell us, you know, what else you'd like to see in the cookalongs, any other recipes. I love to bake, but you know, in a cookalong is a little bit difficult because you need more time. So we're sticking to, you know, these kinds of recipes like dinner recipes. So we're nearly there, and I'm going to prepare this. And while I wait, I can already put my sauce at the bottom of the Pyrex. I think I need a bigger spoon.
Somebody wants to see sourdough in the Cook Expert.
Yes, that is quite a lengthy process, but it will happen. We are working on it. I think Vanessa is working on it. I saw her preparing like a sourdough starter the other day, so I'm sure there'll be a video on that pretty soon. So yes, sourdough.
And somebody else was interested in sponge cake, but you can't do that because it's baking.
No, but if you book a session with me, then we can do a sponge cake together. So you'll get your ingredients, I'll get mine, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. And then you'll put it in your oven, I'll put it in my oven, and we'll just bake it. We can do it that way. So here we are, the bechamel is ready. So what I like to do is actually, it's quite liquid as you see, but what it will do, it will, if I don't put a piece of glad wrap over it quite quickly, what it will do, it will form like a little membrane which this is not what we want. Okay, so I'm just putting the plastic straight over the bechamel. Okay, so leaving it like that. And we're going to start to assemble now. So I'll take some of the tomato sauce and I'll place it in the bottom of the dish. Okay, that's that. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just move the dish like that, and it's coated. Preheat your oven, please, 200 degrees.
This gets recorded, doesn't it, Mum?
Yes.
Yes.
It does get recorded.
So it can be accessed at any time.
Yes, can be accessed at any time. Now, I use conventional heat in my oven. I just never use the fan unless specified, especially for baking as well. All right, so we're ready to go. Moving along. So we'll just place our lasagna sheets. Barilla is my favorite make of pasta. Just cut a little piece like that. And now, oops, just take that away. Now I'll just be dropping some of this mixture in there. And there'll be 1 or 2 leaves of spinach, but we definitely won't worry about that at all. So, holding on a little bit and just quickly spread it. So easy, easy as that. A little bit more. Concentrating. Okay. There we have it. So a little bit more even. Why not? Just right in the corners. Okay, and now, well, okay. I'm just going to take a little bit of bechamel. Oopsie daisy. I'll just drop it over like that. Oop, spoon. Okay. This is why I wanted it liquid, you see. I'll just put the plastic on there again. And then what I can do is like sort of tilt it so it coats everything. Oops. Next layer, so off we go. We start again then with that, with our mixture. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll just take...
No tomato?
No tomato. Maybe later. It's for the... It's for the topping of the tomato.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So now we've got quite a lot of mixture. I'm trying to get a bit speedier. Okay. Just spread it quick. And this is where my spatula goes into action. Have a look at that. It'll pick up everything because it's exactly adapted to the shape of the food processor, so you don't waste a thing. I love my spatula. Small pleasures, but it does make life a lot easier. All right, so we've done that. Right.
Can leftovers be frozen?
Yes, of course. I don't think you have time to freeze this dish because it's so yummy. But what I've done earlier, just to show you the finished product, I actually divided the recipe in two and it worked really, really well. So now with the bechamel again, no more pasta. Okay. Whoops, I'm just going to drop it all. Why not? It's all good. So you'll see at the bottom of the bowl here that it did catch a little bit, but I'll show you how to clean that. Just slightly, you know, right at the bottom there. Again, I'm going to tilt my dish. Sorry. Voila. Okay.
Up.
Okay, last layer of last layer of pasta. Okay, there we go. I'll just put that on top, why not? And you have that, it's not a problem. So now this is where actually the bechamel was supposed to go together with the tomato sauce, but I don't think it will make a difference. But if you're doing this, you know, you can either leave the bechamel where it is or just put it under the tomato sauce, but I don't think it'll make a difference. See a little bit of mixture that's spilt out a bit. Voila. Let's see if there's a little bit more. I'll just pop it on. It's already getting a little bit thicker. Just pop it on like that. Alright, and then that's when you just go crazy with your parmesan. Just use your fingers, it doesn't matter, you're at home. So I asked my husband to go and get me parmesan, send him a picture of the packet and everything. I said I want grated parmesan. He came back with shaved parmesan. And yeah, so but I had to put it in my Magimix to just to grate it. Et voila, here we have it. Your lasagne is ready. And I'm putting it straight in the oven for 45 minutes at 200 degrees. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is what it'll look like when it's cooked. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Keep on, you know, asking us, you know, questions and telling us what you want to see. Vanessa did like a beautiful, like staples video, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen, but if you haven't seen it, go and have a look at it. It was fantastic. She showed you, you know, how to do the just basic things, and that could be homemade instead of buying them in the store. And we are planning to do another one of those quite soon. So make sure you have a look at that. It's a very good video. And we'll see you next time. Bye.